Oof. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 8 behaviours that even shocked me that men complain about behind women's backs. You're going to know what they talk about when you're not in the room, and number 6 and 7 I think are especially surprising. Don't forget to download the 12 texts to make him yours, absolutely free, and grab the first chapter of my book, also free from the description, and I'll see you right after this. Now the truth is we'd all like to be a fly on the wall for the other gender's conversations, but it's very rare we got the opportunity. So let's dive straight into them today. What are the things that men, rightly or wrongly, complain about behind your back? And I'm even going to give my thoughts on each one as we go. Number 1, men complain about women who are always down on themselves. Again and again I found in these interviews, and you'll see this in a couple of points, that men found complaints, especially with girlfriends, who were consistently negative or down on themselves and struggled to see their own value. A common theme was that these men felt like they needed to fix the problem. Men are naturally fixers, and when we hear a problem we start thinking, well, how can I help? How can I serve you? How can I fix this? Even though that's often not what is needed in the situation. And the average guy found this frustrating. He said, this is a complaint that I have, that when my girlfriend, my partner is down on herself, and when it happens consistently, and when I can't help, I feel like a bad boyfriend. In fact, men complain about this so much, it reminded me of how women complain about a guy that's too nice or too soft behind the scenes. It's not that he's a bad person or she's a bad person, it's that it would be so nice if that person stepped up, had boundaries, saw their value and treated themselves well. Men were finding this energy contagious, that when they failed to help their girlfriends feel better, which even though they might know logically isn't their responsibility, they found that that negative energy was contagious. It affected the people around them, it affected their days, and it meant that they struggled to have good days after it. Men complaining about women who were down on themselves was essentially the equivalent to women who were complaining about guys with the nice guy syndrome. Number 2, men complain about women who ghost or make up excuses as to why they can't hang out. Now my immediate thought when I heard this was, wow, that's the number 1 complaint I hear from women as well. So I think it's important to note with this one that this isn't a complaint with a lot of gender specificity. We are living in a society now where ghosting has become the norm. In fact, we're all so bad at having confrontational conversations, at delivering and receiving rejection, at using apps as crutches to meet people, that many of us are resulting to ghosting or simply making up excuses as to why we don't want to hang out with someone. It's beautiful and empathic that you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but sometimes feelings need to be hurt to reveal truths. While you can't get back to every guy, and while every guy can't get back to you online, it's important to recognize that when you've paid the attention to someone, especially when you've hung out with them, that person deserves at minimum a text, but really a phone call to say, hey, I'm actually not feeling it. Beyond that, guys and girls, don't feel the need to explain yourself, but again and again, this complaint about women, and men as well, to be fair, who make up reasons why they can't hang out, who are obviously making excuses, or who are ghosting, is one of the most frustrating complaints that men and women have. Number 3. Men complain about women who are on the phone too much. This one I found very common, and this one was one that came up again and again from guys who are on dates, and they say there's nothing worse than when the girl is distracted, her attention's away, when she's listening or when she's responding to messages and is not present with me there. Now to be fair, we've all been in this, and it sucks just as much for you to have a guy who's on the phone and distracted as it does for men with women. But I was curious, so I did a little bit of research to figure out who was more guilty of this, and it turns out that in fact, on average, women do spend 33 minutes per day more on the phone than do men. And for women under 24, that difference is 50 minutes. The average woman under 24 spends 50 minutes more on her phone per day than do men. So this is a bigger complaint for the guys than it is for the girls. It's something we all need to remember when you're on a date, when you're present with someone, get off your damn phone. So yeah, I was at work last week, this Labrador came in, and I was like, there's something going on with this dog. Like, she wasn't that unwell, but like something was a bit,
I'm listening.
Yeah, something was like a little bit bloated, and I was like, oh, sometimes as a vet, you just get this gut feel like a certain patient just like...
Yeah,
Is everything right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Sorry, what?
Oh, it looked like you found something cool.
No, I got a message from my friend Matt. He just sent me like a dolphin, and he's crazy. So, like, why the dolphin?
Number 4, men complain about women who act entitled on dates. Entitlement is not sexy no matter who you are, and for men, a complaint that came up again and again was for women who seem to act entitled on dates. Men reported again and again feeling frustrated when the woman they were with seemed to act entitled to either their company, to payment, or to some other right that made the guy feel like he was below her. Now, entitlement is not sexy, like I say, no matter who you are. If you've ever experienced a guy who felt like or acted like he was entitled to sex because he took you on a date, then you've experienced what a turn-off entitlement is as well. If you're acting like this on a date...
So I went on a date with this guy the other week. It was the worst thing. I couldn't even believe it. He took us to this place. It was like a 4-star restaurant. I was like, what do you think you're doing? But I just drank heaps of wine to make up for it.
Then dial it back. One of the best ways to do this is by offering to pay, but it doesn't have to be. A simple, genuine show of gratefulness and appreciation for his company and his time, especially if he does pay for you, goes a long way to demonstrating you're not entitled. Number 5, men complained about women who they felt hid behind makeup. This was an interesting one, and a couple of guys said this on the interviews, is that they took a woman home, and when they woke up, found that she'd already gotten up before then to put her makeup on. The guys didn't feel like she was doing this because she loved makeup and wanted to express herself. The men felt that she was doing this from a place of insecurity and her not wanting to be seen without makeup on. The extra interesting thing was the guy said, well, I already saw her without makeup on because I got to go to the bathroom. I got up to go to the bathroom at night and I know she's beautiful without it. And he said it made me kind of sad, and he even said, I hate to admit it, but less attracted to her and less respectful of her because she didn't just let me see her in her true natural beauty. I can actually relate to this one personally. I had an ex, a partner who was a lovely partner in many ways, but she was always self-conscious about her skin. I honestly never noticed it. I legitimately never noticed it. I thought her skin was amazing, but she was very, very self-conscious about it. And I remember telling her as much, and we'd have minor things over, hey, I think you're great without it, and she always felt like she needed to be wearing something. She is, of course, loved her for wearing whatever she wanted to, but I do remember that the one complaint I had about her, and she was a great girlfriend, but I do remember the one complaint I had was I'd love to just see more of her in her natural beauty.
It's not, oh God, I feel like a troll. I don't even know what the point is. Like,
Babe, you look beautiful. Stop.
Like, look at this. My eyes are so, what is that? Like, did a toddler do this? I look like an idiot. I don't even want to go.
What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments on this one in particular. Post them below. Number 6. I told you you'd find these interesting. Men complained about women who did not have good hygiene down there. Now, men talk about vaginas a lot. Go figure. In the same way you talk about penises. Don't pretend like you don't. To be honest, the vast majority of comments about vaginas from men, go figure, were very positive. But the ones that weren't, the complaints men had about hygiene, specifically about smell, were the comments that men didn't want to talk about to you. Number 7, men complain about women who constantly compare themselves to other women, especially on social media. Lots of men, especially men under 30, reported this, and I found it fascinating, and it fitted in with the phone usage conversation that we had for number 3. Men don't want to see you comparing yourself, especially negatively, to other women on the internet. We want to see you in your light, we want to see you in your confidence, and to be fair, we all compare ourselves at times. I know I have, you have, we've all been guilty of it. But when it's happening consistently, that is a complaint that was coming up again and again for men. So do everything within your power to run your own race, and don't compare yourself to other women. And same goes for you guys on social media, because it is going to be something the other gender complains about. Number 8, men complain about women who overreact to his interactions with other women. So this was a big one that came up, and to be honest, I wasn't surprised because I've heard men always complain about this behavior, but what I was curious about was how legitimate it was. There are certainly times, and I'm sure you can relate, where maybe you've been with a man or you've had a partner who has had insecurities about you talking to other men, and you know it was innocent, and he's causing a big fuss when you know there was absolutely nothing to it. But there's also other times where women's intuitions are very spot on. And where the man has in fact been caught out and he is being a little bit emotionally dodgy and the woman sensed it and then he's going off complaining to his buddies trying to act like the good guy. It's really the difference between this. Oh bro, women are so insecure. Like my missus is giving me shit. She's like, why are you messaging these girls on Snapchat? I'm like, I didn't even send them a dick pic this time. What are you complaining about? So insecure.
They're all the same.
As opposed to something like this. How's this, bro? You think that one's bad?
Yeah.
I'm at Sam's party the other night, just having fun. Cousin Jade comes over, right? You've met Jade once or twice. She's really cool, we're having a laugh. The girlfriend comes over, starts a huge fight because she didn't know that Jade was my cousin. I'm like, I'm literally in trouble for flirting with my cousin. And in fact, one of my favorite things in coaching is helping women decipher between the two. What is your shit? What is your insecurities, your responsibility to resolve versus what is you being spot on with your intuition and it's actually his shit and you got to have more confidence in yourself to know that you've got it right. If you do want to work with me or if you just want to grab my book, don't forget you can do that now. Make Him Yours, Beating the Odds of Modern Dating is on Amazon. Don't forget your free downloads. The 12 Texts to Make Him Yours is also available in the description and leave your comment. Leave your comment below. What are things that men do that you hate? Thanks again for watching. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell so you get the notifications. And I'll see you in the next video real soon. I should put the lid on.
Quick, before it rains. Okay. I went with Okay. Quick, are you ready? Are you ready? Roll quick. It's raining, Matt. We gotta go.
We're rolling.
Okay, so I went on a date with this guy and it was raining and he didn't even say anything. I just sat there in the rain getting wet and he just let it happen. Bye. Mark, it's raining.
Ah, the sound of silence. I'm like, I'm literally in trouble for flirting with my cousin.
That's not something you want to be known for.
What? Sorry, what?
Wait.
What?
Oh. No, I was just saying this dog at work came in and I was like, really? Jesus.
Are you okay?
Yeah, is everything okay? Yeah. I should probably say that.
Yeah,
I'd be like, is everything okay? Oh yeah, it was just my friend. She like bought a new whistle.